I use every single time I talk to somebody now. I say scripts because they got to be you. Does that make sense? It's got to be you. I don't want a script that you say it exactly, but the first time, if you guys get me on a Zoom, I will say this every single time, 100% of the time. Nikki will get me on the phone with Deb and say, and send me all the stuff. You'll send me her bio. You happen every time. You send me her bio so I know all about her, right? Guess what I ask Deb when I get on the Zoom? Tell me about yourself, Deb. I say it 100% of the time. I could care less about the bio because I want to hear it from her, right? In the bio, it might say she likes horses or dogs or cars or whatever, but I want to hear it from her. Oh, because she'll start, if she's high I, she'll start in 3rd grade, right? If she's a high D, she'll do it in 1 sentence. So I already know her personality by doing, guys, if you don't know the disc, I became an expert at personalities. So after I ask her, tell me about yourself, here's the key to you. Shut up. And listen intently. This is really important. Don't just listen. Listen intently. Turn your cell phone off. When I say that, if you're on a Zoom with, I turn everything off. I mean, I'm serious when I say, even if I'm on a Zoom, I'm looking at her, I'm listening intently, I'm taking notes. They notice I take notes. I write everything down. She goes, hey, my husband Bob. Oh, Bob, yeah, and I got 3 kids. Oh, what are their names, Deb? I get their names. I get really personal. You know why? This is a one-time. I just want to meet somebody. I don't care if they come to EXP, by the way. I could care less if she comes. Do you understand this? I really could. I just want to get to know her. I said, tell me about yourself. Okay, shut up and listen. After that, the next question I ask, I do it every time now, what excites you about EXP? This is really important. What excites you about EXP? The word excites, now she'll go over what excites her about EXP and then she'll tell me what's bad about Coldwell Banker. She really will. Okay? After I get her needs, what excites me, I'm just telling you, I just did this the other day and she goes, oh, here's what I like about EXP. And here's what I'm kind of concerned about EXP. I said, tell me about it. And then you know what I say? Seems like, write it down. Seems like if we could have a good manager for you rather than the manager you have now, because you just told me you're not real excited about the management. Seems like if we could solve that management issue, you'd consider joining us today, wouldn't you? The word seems like is really important. Guys, the stuff I'm giving you right now is PhD level stuff. Because all I do is read psychological books on how to ask questions. I'm saving you a lot of time. Just so you know.
You're better than AI.
Oh, much better than AI.
So much better.
Seriously. So you can do a whole interview by tell me about yourself, what excites you about EXP.
It seems like.
And then it seems like if we could solve that for you, you'd consider joining us maybe in a couple weeks, huh? Right? I'm telling you, the reason I'm a good interviewer, I'll tell you one story that Susan will kill me because you'll meet Susan later, my beautiful wife of 30 years. Is in 2006, kind of like you, 2006, my wife had breast cancer, okay? And she was going through chemo after the surgery and had just shaved her head. It's kind of cool. And she had a wig on, a blonde wig. I was married to a blonde for like a couple of months. So she had the blonde wig on. It was 2006, and just for all you cancer people just like him, you don't have cancer anymore. You know that. After 10 years, they say you don't have it. So she didn't have cancer. So anyway, so 2006, and she had we were both team leaders, but she had retired, and she was sitting behind me, and she'd never seen me interview somebody. Okay? A guy walks in, she's sitting behind me on a computer, had a real small office. What's the first thing I say to him? Go ahead.
Tell me about
Tell me
yourself.
about yourself.
He says, well, been tough. I said, tell me more about that. Well, my wife's got breast cancer. He talks for 45 minutes. He signs up and he leaves. And what's Susan say? She turns around. She goes, you never mentioned me. And I said, honey, it's not about us.
It's good.
I'm telling you what. She goes, wow. I said, I'm good at this. You've never seen me interview, have you? It's BS what they teach you in sales schools. Your kid plays soccer, my kids play soccer. You have cancer, I have cancer. Bull. Bull. You have cancer, I'm listening.
It's good.
It's not about me. It's all about you, baby. When I say that, I'm really good at this. When you understand, I've never told people why I come to EXP. And you guys do all the time. Well, let me tell you why I came to EXP. And you go into it. I never tell them. You know why? It's not about me. They could care less. I'm really good at this. The problem is that when I do three-way calls with you guys and you start talking so much, it just drives me crazy. I said, ask 3 questions and shut up. And listen intently. There's a difference. There's a difference. Turn your cell phone off. I interviewed people, they know when I started this, why was I so confident, Brent, that it was going to work? You know why? I've been interviewing real estate agents since 1989, and I had it down. Confidence comes from taking the right action all the time. Okay? You'll get confident, just keep taking the action. But if you don't take the action, you won't be confident. Confidence does not come, Glenn and Jason, they didn't understand me, man. I look back on it and I go, why didn't they ask? What technique are you going to use? What are you going to say? What are you going to do? I spent 3 months doing the napkin presentation. If you guys ever seen that, that's my invention. Why? Because I knew how to talk to agents, and I wanted it quick, short, and to the point. In other words, if I can't show it in 30, does this help you guys? Am I helping you guys today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Because I really I love the small groups, because I love all you guys already. You guys are going to lead EXP in Europe.
Yep.
Come on.
You're going to lead it. You know why? It doesn't have to be anybody else. Don't need to know anything else. You got the 3 scripts. You got the 3 questions to ask. You'll be so good at this if you just stop talking. You'll be really good at it. You guys will be, because you'll have your gifts, right? AI, gift. Techie, gift, right? I had the first cell phone at my Remax in 1986. All my Remax buddies said it'll never work. I paid $1,000 a month, US dollars, for my cell phone in 1986 and 87. It was worth it, because I was tired of putting coins and stuff. We didn't have what you guys have now, so like you said, so much easier to sell homes, right? We had to go get keys. We had to go pick. I'm not going to go over all that junk. But how did I sell over 100 homes a year, 3 years in a row? It was myself and 1 assistant. I just had bigger goals than you. I really don't think I was anything special. I was raising kids. I didn't work at night. I didn't work on Sundays. I set parameters. I did not work all the time. Most people think when you do that much stuff, you're just going crazy. I wasn't. I wanted to read bedtime stories to my kids. They were young at the time. Okay? Now that I'm 70 years old, I can tell you, I know the secret to success. Look at this. I'm going to give one of these to you guys. Here, take one and pass it around. You guys can wear that with this. Can everybody order this thing? It's pre-order. You can do it on Amazon. Because you know what's kind of cool? Is it won't come out till convention. Because the way they do books, I'll have books there. If you guys come to EXP Con, You can, isn't that cool? Be the legend. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what's exciting about this is I'm giving back. You know, when you get to a certain age, it's like, okay, I know I only have about 70 more years because I just turned 70. My 11-year-old grandson, we asked him, what's Grandpa? I was at a Zoom call with him. Hey, what's Grandpa turning 70? What do you think? He goes, oh, that's the middle, isn't it? Aren't you middle-aged now? I said, ooh, I like that grandkid. He's 11 years, right? So, what questions you guys have for me? 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock at Corner Bakery. And I have pictures of me. I sat in the same booth. I was like Norm from Cheers. And I sat in the same booth. They brought me a latte. I started at 10 because in Austin, the traffic is terrible. So I started at 10, and I'd have a 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock appointment. 3 a day, Monday through Friday. That was it.
An hour?
Mine are an hour and a half. That's why I did 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I'm worse. I'm not as good as you guys. I'm very personable. I found out almost all my interviews lasted an hour and a half.
3 blocks? Or
Huh?
3 blocks? 1/2 hour. 1/2 hour? 1/2 hour.
No, my interviews were an hour and a half.
90 minutes.
Yeah,
90 minutes. 90 minutes. In other words, when I say, tell me about yourself, if they're high, they'll go for 30 minutes. And I said, well, how's your business going? Oh, there's another 20 minutes. So I found that Glenn came out to see me. You got to understand, I was doing it at KW for a long time too. I used the same techniques. I have 4 pieces of paper. You guys, I call them copy paper, but you guys call them just paper. So I had 8.5 by 11, 4 pieces of paper, and I have my magic markers. And I do the napkin presentation. And I do boom, boom, boom. When it got to my turn, I wasn't doing it in the beginning, but I do a whole presentation. Glenn came out after, because we recruited 20 people the first month. Glenn goes, how you doing that? He'd never seen this before. And the company had been around 5 years. There were 400 agents. Right? He says, how you doing? And I said, well, Glenn, you can come out and watch, but I'm in my groove. I'll let you know when you can talk. True story. And he came out with his suit on. He was great. And we went to Corner Bakery, and he saw what I did. And you ask him now. He said, Gene, you still got those colored markers and your pieces of paper? I said, yeah. I make it very personable. A lot of people keep my stuff because it's I use different colors. It's I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys tonight if you want to. The bottom line is I've only been doing it since 1989. It works. Does it make sense? When I first met Glenn, what did he show me? First, true story. He showed me a PowerPoint on his computer at the Renaissance Hotel. And he flipped through about 48 slides, and I went, and I'm not kidding you. I looked at him, I said, Glenn, I don't know what your company's about. It looks like it's a cool deal. But give me those napkins over there, and I'll show you how I've been showing Keller Williams. Because if you can't show it on a napkin, you're really not showing it. Does that make sense? It's really true. It's how he does it.
So, Gene,
Yeah.